I oftentimes get asked in the comments, and sometimes for newer task force members or lower players, Dark Anubis, can you take a look at my base and tell me what's wrong with it, or what's the best base design to defend? And today's video is all about that, and kind of the truth behind base design and ice statues. And no better way to show you guys than with my beautiful HQ19 account. I, the resident dweller of the underworld, Dark Anubis, the casual player's player, the David to those max players Goliath. I'm going to show you why none of that really matters. But first, we're going to start off with an operation hit today. Today's video is a little bit longer than usual, but like I said, I kind of wanted to show just a little bit more of my progress on my HQ19 account, as well as some max player hits and showing you guys what it really means to be a lower level in the high VP quote-unquote landscape. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had a whole plan for this operation. I wanted to kill those 2 rocket launchers, the grappler and the shock launcher, using AZ. It didn't go quite to plan, but I'm going to let you guys watch and see how that went. Decided to start the video off with a operation hit, a little bit different than usual. Just clearing those pesky mines, don't want to kill my Zookas too early. The walk-up was execution perfectly, as well as flaring on to the SL so that the bullet could get into position for taunt. But there was something I kind of didn't realize would happen, and that was just how much those machine guns would tear my Zookas apart. In hindsight, I probably should have shocked those to the left and right, and I would have got a lot further there, but unfortunately, it just did not play out the way I was hoping it would. We still did take out the shock launcher. Got a little bit of damage on the grapplers and rocket launchers, but not really what I wanted. Mind you, this is deep cut, so some of the smaller leveled players are not going to have the easiest time with it, but either way, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of the video. First, we're going to start off with Dr. T's Volcano Island. And I will say, probably when you get to HQ18, you'll have like a 60-70% chance of finishing all stages of Dr. T, particularly the volcano one, just because the spread out is a little bit easier in my opinion. But once you get to 19, that's where big boy games start getting played. I know a lot of people like to downplay and say that Laser Rangers, when you first unlock them, aren't that great, but I'm telling you, it's what I truly believe propels you from a low-level player to a mid-level player. And you can really get into the higher VPs of it. As you can see, this account sits at 623. Mostly everybody on my map, with the exception of onesies and twosies, is a max level player. So you kind of have to learn different strategies and appreciate what you got. And I'll tell you what, I've always stood by Laser Rangers, and I will continue to do so. Whether they're level 1, I believe mine are level 2, not that it matters, or level 9 like on my main account, they just do so much work. The collateral damage is absolutely huge. Not every base design is perfect for them, but that's why I always recommend you learn at least a few different attack styles. Warriors, AZ, some Laser Rangers, maybe some Scorchers play, stuff like that. And shameless shout out as usual, make sure you guys like the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on those bell notifications to get all of the updates for my posted videos and other content, as well as the occasional stream that I do. We will probably be streaming at least some of the Mega Crab this weekend. The hope is to get my 2nd diamond trophy. Spoilers, if you guys haven't seen that stream, I highly recommend it. It's in my past live streams playlist, so go check it out. It was pretty huge. First few stages is just chore work. Honestly, I probably should have just sped through these bases because it is very unlikely to ever lose them, but I know some people enjoy watching it, especially for my lower level folks who just like to see kind of how I tear through it. Although I imagine if you're at HQ 19, you probably don't need to watch me take out the first few anyway, so. Going into stage 4. Some of the Dr. T bases actually today weren't too bad. A lot of heavy defenses on one side, light defenses on the other side, so kind of abuse that by staying on the not so aggressive side, with the exception of stage 7, I believe it was. I guess we'll see in a minute. I had already mentioned it, but if you guys aren't aware, for the people that may not know, that shadow on your map is the Mega Crab coming tomorrow, or like Friday early morning, depending on your time zone. And it will be the Tribal Mega Crab. There have been some content creators, if you guys haven't seen or want a preview of that, it basically just deals with warriors and some boosts that they get, as well as the temporary gunboat ability Super Warrior, so I highly recommend going to check out Mr. Chicken. There might be a couple other content creators that did it. He was the one's video that I watched today for it, but I highly recommend checking out their guys' content. They usually have the 411 on the new stuff coming out, new warship season, new Mega Crabs, all that stuff. You guys are looking for those previews. And here we go with stage 5. I honestly thought my Laser Rangers would outrange this flamethrower. They kind of did some wonky movement that was a little annoying in my opinion, so we did lose a few there, unfortunately. We will recover though. So as I was saying in the beginning of the video, today's video is really just showing you why the ice statues that you guys believe might be good for your bases, or the wonky base designs, or the stuff that you may see on the leaderboards, doesn't work in most Boom Beach situations. When you are climbing up, especially when you are not a max HQ player with maxed out everything, 4 prototypes, all that stuff, offense is just truly the way to go. And there are even some players on the leaderboards sometimes that are still fully offensive players, so it just proves that you do not need to have a perfect base design, you do not need to have ice statues. If you focus your time and your resources into your offense, there will never be a base that you can't beat. Now, it might require some strategizing, some sneaky plays you'll see in some of these attacks, but it is absolutely possible. And the truth is that there will always be someone out there that will defeat your base. If not, I'm coming for that base and I'll beat it for you. Here's stage 6, which kinda had the same thing going on in stage 4. Lots of right side defenses, nothing crazy on the left side, so we figured it was probably just easier to come in from the left side. And I think once again I tried to do something a little bit different, but my Laser Rangers still did this wonky thing. I think it was just the arcing placement of them. They just so happened to be in the Laser Rangers or the flamethrowers range, so a little annoying. Hate to lose so many right away from something so silly, but that is the wonderful pathing in this game. We will revive them back with Mr. Cavani, just for them to eat crap again. And we're going to try to ride along this left side wall. Kind of stay out of the range of a lot of different things. Make sure to clear out some of those mines with the critters. My poor level 1 critters were only 5 or 6 spew out. You kind of get spoiled once you get to the higher levels, that's for sure. I had to recollect my troops because they were starting to go off to the right for some wonky reason. I gotta shout out my video from Monday. If you guys didn't see it, I absolutely recommend you guys check that out. It was defending Hammermen, and I will say that video was pretty amazing. I won't spoil it. Some say I might have spoiled it, but I highly recommend checking it out. If you've been following my journey with defending Hammermen, you will not be disappointed. And there goes stage 6. Like I said, not super crazy. Stage 7 was a little bit wonky, but all in all, even through the messiness, we got it, so. Excuse me. Yeah, and this is the one base that was, like I said, there just wasn't like a super easy side to go here. A lot of rocket launchers, which are more so annoying when they clip the side of my laser rangers, so. We just decided we're gonna pop in, clear some mines on that right side, and just run through the right. Laser rangers are truly amazing when it comes to like linear bases and a lot of clumped up defenses, because they can just hit so many at the same time. We'll talk about that in my I Promise It Will Happen tip video. We will talk a little bit about troops and the benefits of certain troops over other ones, stuff like that. I promise it's coming, guys. Busyness in life, stuff happens, a lot of editing, video stuff I have to get. Trying to see if maybe I can get permission from other creators to use some small tidbits and stuff from them, but it's a work in progress. I promise it will come out, and I promise it will be worth the wait. The pro tips for the casual player from a casual player. The big thing here was trying not to walk too far left. Felt like I did that quite a bit. Luckily, we still had enough heavies to kind of get through it. The boom cannons are going to be the annoying part, because if all of our heavies left, they would still smack our laser rangers in the face. So we did hope those would go down, and I think they do for the most part. I had to barrage that one down. There we go. And I thought my troops, at least my laser rangers, would be out of range of that rocket launcher. Unfortunately, they weren't, but we did have a couple heavies that were able to soak up just enough of that damage, so. Super huge. Lost quite a few laser rangers and heavies, but all in all, we made it work out. And I think we are going to speed it up, because this would take probably like a solid minute to finish this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to have you guys just sit there and... Oh, just kidding. There we go. Boom. Stage 7. All 7 completed on Volcano Island. I believe I did a video last week on Tropical Island showing that you could do all 7 stages, so it goes to show. Starting at HQ 19, you can definitely make it happen. And here we go. We're going to get into our player bases. Not that one, sorry. That one is super wonky. And we did speed this one up slightly just because I want to show that even a player like myself, even yourself, a lot of people will go and sometimes fail bases. I want to show that it's not always perfect. There is a lot of errors. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. There's a lot of errors that happen to make the proper attacks work. Not so many that I'm losing resources, but it does happen. Like I said, there were a few mines I didn't clear out. The shock mines always mess with me, so I have to make sure to clear them out. And we are going to repeat that attack so I can show you what a cleaner look of it looks. What a cleaner look looks like? I don't even know. Like I said, a first failed attack. Kind of get the jitters out. Here we are. We're gonna go for the second attack. The most annoying part of this base is the little sneaky hidden mines these players try to do behind their sniper towers, boom cannons, as well as just the extremely long walk in the back. I will say some bases are going to be hard if you can't boost, so don't be discouraged. Like I said, save up some power powder, boost, and go for all those bases that annoys you that if you had just a little bit more, you're going to beat them. And this shows perfectly that. I had a lot of gunboat energy, just smoked up. And I always talk about it, I will continue to talk about it. Smoke is such an underrated ability. A lot of players are afraid to use it, just don't know how to. You can use smoke in all different capacities, with warriors, with all Zukas, with just different troop combinations. So I highly recommend it. It is going to be the low level player's best friend. Learning to expertise that will tremendously help your gameplay. We did lose quite a few, but boom, there we go. HQ 25, I think that's 76 with an ice statue. That is a max level player that I just beat at HQ 19 with a wonky base design and an ice statue. You don't often get these bases, but you guys get a little treat. Sometimes I do get spoiled. It's very seldomly, especially this high up, but sometimes players just have, I think, their Hammerman defense base or something like that set up, so they leave that headquarters nice and open, so you just gotta take out anything that reaches in the back left corner, and then we can drop some crittery doos back there. And this is gonna take a while, so we're gonna sit here together and watch these critters go at it, slowly but surely, for the next minute. Here we go. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. Let's speed it up a little bit, shall we? Oh god, it's not fast enough. It's still slow. Jeez Louise. We're getting there, I promise. Like I said, you don't often get these freebies. Take them as you can. I think the guy had a decent amount of loot too, so appreciate you, Mr. Yoons wins. Yune wins. I don't even know what that means, but I appreciate you for that freebie. Oh, this is an interesting base. So this is where I wanted to show a different type of attack style. You guys often see my warriors on the 19, but I'm actually going to show you that even something like all Zukas can work, as long as you practice enough with them. Now this player has some really well placed mines, I will give him that. Super annoying, especially when my Zukas are so low. One of those mines will absolutely decimate my army, so had to make sure we cleared out all of them fully. Otherwise we are just in a bad spot. And we are using Bullet here. I promise I will get that video out for the tutorial on how to get him. Probably sometime this week, I'd say. Either way, we're deciding to use him with his taunt because a lot of these defenses are clustered up. And there's a nice little pocket where our Zukas can kind of stand there and just mess them up. And here are the fireworks. Almost half the HP down in one shot, 2 shot, 3 shot. Boom. That player thought. Good base design, good mine placement, but it does not matter, folks. I am telling you, none of that matters because there will always be players out there to beat you. If that's not proof, I don't know what is. And here we're going to use another attack style so you guys can see the power of laser rangers. Oh, first we're going to do another freebie. This is kind of going to show why the game probably shouldn't put people similar level to me on my map. Because honestly, it is not even a challenge. This is why players like myself get up so high VP wise because I don't want to sit there and fight 50s and low 60s and stuff like that. The bases are far too easy. Chances are they will never be able to defend against me. Although I will say this guy almost is offensively focused. I don't know why he has that weird green masterpiece there. Besides that though, this player is probably destroying a bunch of people, so he doesn't have to worry that I am raiding his base. And just absolute decimation of that base. No problemo. He probably did get an intel and maybe a couple diamonds because I think I lost a heavy and some few laser rangers. Yeah, 1 and 4. So congrats, you got an intel, maybe a diamond or 2 off me. But that does not make up for the many resources that I got from you. And here's the harder base I was talking about. So this goes to show ice statued base. You can see the rocket launcher has health and damage on it. They are just about max. I think they're 1 level off from a max rocket launcher. I'm about to show why, even though my laser rangers are only level 2, you can have them at level 1, just how much work they'll do. And here we are coming back to the smoke thing. This is why smoke is just so amazing. It doesn't matter if it's warriors or something like laser rangers and heavies. I completely take those sniper towers and a few boom cannons out of the equation by smoking to the back of the base. They think that front running their base, putting all their mines in the front is going to somehow benefit them, but if you learn to do this, you're going to have no problem with these bases. The big thing now is just making sure that that initial hit doesn't absolutely crush my army. My heavies get in front of my laser rangers, and then my laser rangers just absolutely destroy him. Just beaming through. That linear defenses are so beneficial to them. They're just tearing through these defenses. Mind you, this is an iced base. These rocket launchers probably have somewhere like 21,000 health or something like that, and it's just no problem. Now, mind you, I do lose a few troops here. I would be lying if I said you don't lose some troops using these type of tactics, but not nearly as much as trying to run through that base front to back, tearing through that. That shock launcher is a little annoying, and that boom cannon, I think I do barrage out that boom cannon just so it doesn't kill too many more heavies, and so I can at least have a couple heavies standing in the front, just in case. And there we go, a 73 iced base. The base design was okay, kind of front loaded, kind of weird, no real mine placement. Showing off the statues there so that you guys know these bases do have ice and they just don't stand a chance. Here we are getting our few little upgrades going because we got that money, those hefty resources that those lovely max players love to give me. I know they hate me because I know all the secrets, folks. All the secrets. Kind of just doing our little chores here. Submarine, making sure that dives. We have so much gold I have no idea to do with. We already have Zukas upgrading, a hero upgrade, and I didn't feel like dumping them on tribes, so. And I thought that would be the end of the video, but I have a banger for you guys, proving once and for all just why none of it matters. This is a replay. I attacked this base right after I stopped recording, but it was so good that I had to show you guys. We did lose some Zukas right on the start of it, but after that, smoking straight to the back, they left a beautiful little pocket for my troops. And if you see in the top left, right there, there are 4 ice statues. And guess what? It does not matter. And boom goes the dynamite. And with that, I, the resident dweller of the underworld, Dark Anubis, will see y'all next time. Peace! Suck it, ice statue!